Hi and welcome to another episode of Storytime with me, Kamal Kaur. Today's story is all about learning the most simplest lesson in the whole world, which is to always serve other people and in your own home environment. This story is called Langar Disguise. Have you ever heard that God lives in cozy homes? For us, our homes are the same as Guru's home. Because in our homes, we treat each other with respect and we're always friendly to each other and we feed anyone who comes, just like Guru's Langar. Langar is where we feed anyone at any time, day or night. Everyone is welcome to eat Langar, even if they're strangers. They might be smelly or pretty, black or white, they might be Mars or from Venus, but it doesn't matter, everyone is fed side by side. Can you imagine if your home was like a Langar hall? And this is the story of how we learnt that our homes are the Guru's home. Hundreds of years ago, the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, was our leader. He was young and strong, and he often laughed out loud, and his love for God was deep and constant. Those who were near him always experienced joy and bliss. It was a world that was filled with fun challenges and deep devotions. The Sikhs always wanted to know what kind of lessons he would teach us next. Once he declared to his beloveds, everyone must make Langar in their own homes. O Sikhs of mine, listen, your house is a Langar hall to feed all travellers and guests. Feed the needy. No one should ever leave your house without being served. Everyone listened to what he said, and Sikhs became famous for serving and taking care of others. Still, Guruji wanted to test just how ready his Sikhs were. Were they only ready sometimes, or were they ready all the time? So one day, very early in the morning, something funny happened. It was the divine mischief of our master, the complete man. Guru Gobind Singh Ji put on a disguise. He dressed just like a common traveller. Now normally, Guruji always wore clean and perfect clothes without even a single wrinkle, so nobody would have recognised him as he had these dirty old rags on. He went to the homes of his devotees and their Langar halls. He came at the most inconvenient time. It was early in the morning, so Sikhs were just waking up. They were getting ready for the day. They were either washing themselves or starting prayers. He would knock on the door and say, "Sorry to disturb you. I am just a humble traveller. Do you have any roti I can eat?" It's really early and you must be wanting to get off. We don't really have anything ready for you now. Food will be cooked later. Come back later and we'll feed you then, said one Sikh. The master was testing his beloveds. He wanted to show them one simple thing in an unforgettable way. He showed them that they were a little bit selfish and not yet completely selfless. They still needed some time for themselves. They weren't there for others at every moment, like they told him they would be. So the master continued to go door to door. "Sorry to disturb you at this time. I'm a traveller, and do you have any dal I can eat?" he asked. One man said, "Excuse me, it's early, we haven't had breakfast yet, and dal takes a long time to cook. We'd be happy to serve you, but just later on." As the master went from one house to another, he smiled and his eyes twinkled. Not one Sikh was ready to serve him yet. Finally, he came to the house of a man called Nandlal. Nandlal was a wise poet and he loved the true Guru. Even though he was 23 years older than Guruji, he always became his devotee. His heart blossomed in the Guru's court. He was full of devotion and love, and he always prayed to be at the feet of the true Guru. The beloved Nandlal hopped up to meet his guests. "Welcome, welcome, friend." Guru, who was still in disguise, said, "Excuse me, sir." Nandlal replied, come in, please sit down, relax." The Guruji said, "I'm just a humble traveller. "Do you have any food?" And Nand Lal quickly replied without hesitation, "Sir, you don't need to ask. Food is coming for you right now." He was so happy to get the chance to serve. He immediately brought out whatever food he could find. There was some raw dough, there was some dal that was just half cooked, some raw vegetables, and some butter. He placed the uncooked food in front of his guests with grace and honour. Nand Lal generally said, "Help yourselves to everything here. Have as much as you want. However, if you will allow me to, I will roll the dough out and make warm chapatis. I will cook the dal until it's soft, and I will cook the vegetables until they're very yummy. It is my honour to serve you. In the name of my master, please relax and enjoy yourselves." Bhai Nand Lal really loved to serve. Guruji was very happy. Guruji enjoyed the food, and the food was full of loving energy. Bhai Nand Lal took the Guru's order to heart. No one leaves your house without being served. Whoever knocked on his door was sure to leave Nand Lalji's house completely satisfied. And in this cosy and loving way, Guru lives in the home of Bhai Nand Lal. The next morning, Guruji told everyone, "In our city, there is only one place for hospitality, only one real langar, and that is in Bhai Nand Lalji's home. Nand Lal speaks a language of love and devotion. Nand Lal blesses us all. His commitment is pleasing. It is this love that wins all hearts. Running such a langar, the Sikhs become truly rich. In this way, Bhai Nand Lal's langar is most successful." The Sikhs smiled and realised that this was the way their beloved Guruji had tested them. Even though they were friendly, they still hadn't gone all the way. Bhai Nand Lal was Tyar bar Tyar, which means always ready. He was in a divine state. He happily provided langar to anyone without hesitation or excuses. When you become selfless, you never have any excuses and you are always happy. Bhai Nand Lal became the example of how all of us need to treat our guests. As Sikhs, we never stop learning and we never stop improving ourselves. He taught us that love has no limits and serving also has no limit. Whoever comes to our house, we give them the greatest respect. We treat them as a great person they are, just as we would if a saint came knocking on the door. Bhai Nand Lalji said, "Getting water for the saints is equal to being the greatest emperor of the world. Cooking food for them is more pleasant than all the paradises put together. Preparing the Guru's langar is equal to all the wealth and riches and magical superpowers. Holy people take care of the poor, and one feels humble just by being around them. The Guru's holy word is within all things, everywhere." This was a mischief of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Yes, he had disguised himself and tricked his Sikhs, but he taught them, and he's teaching us, an invaluable lesson. A lesson about how to treat each other. A lesson in how to be a good host. A lesson in how to serve and how God lives in cozy homes. I hope you enjoyed that story. Have a think next time somebody comes to your home. You know, there could be a child, similar age to you. There could be an older person. Maybe help your mum or your brother or sister, help serve them and make sure that they're comfortable. But always keep in mind Bhai Nand Lal and his teachings. Good night.